Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They start on the ground with Elliott, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. On second down, Elliott once more, and he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. You look at this Buffalo defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom charts.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Flush to his right. The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Ritter off the play fake. Flushed out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. This defense for the Dolphins, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there would be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Down. Strike. Check. Strike.
Going play action. Ritter. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Off the option, here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside. And he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Hurts. And this is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
63. King, Phil King.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
On the return, it's Byrd. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Ritter back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Ritter. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this 1st quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards.
You think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well.
Touchdown! Ezekiel Elliott, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On third down, here's Gibbs. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First down, here's Ritter. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Now loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Touchdown, Bills. Tyler Boyd, 34 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Dolphins had 10-6 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
3rd down and 13. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Here's Bugg to return. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Let's go now.
This is 2nd and 8. Ritter to throw it. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Gibbs will try and pick it up. They find some open field here. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Ritter. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Ritter. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, They've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Hurts. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
73.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? We're able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right?
A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Ritter from the gun. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Final play before the half. Here's Ritter. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go. 6,
Working from the gun, Ritter. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. There's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Got an open man. It's Scott. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Byrd will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On play action, here's Ritter. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Read option, this is Gibbs. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Ritter now looking to throw it this time. Escaping the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. That one complete to Elliott. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3. On the give, here's McBride. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
On first down, Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Scott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A.T. Perry. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Ritter going to change it up. Another run for Gibbs here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. A first down carry by Elliott. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Deidron Sinnott. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. McPherson's kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Red, cycle. Ready.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Black up. Hey, go steal. Right, right. Black ultra.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now Elliott. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Miami.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Elliott, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
On the ready.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A final shot now for Ritter. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down at the 28. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Dolphins, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they're going to kind of bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 3-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.